Hi everyone, Weehamster here with a review of the Aegis Sabre Firebird. The Firebird is a new variant of the Sabre line, a medium fighter designed as a stealth missile boat. It has a similar outward design to the Sabre Raven variant with a few changes. It's the same size as the other Sabres at 26 meters long, 30 meters wide, and 3.8 meters high. The ship has a sleek design and is very aerodynamic. It has a crew of one, just the pilot, like the other variants. The pilot enters from the left side with a ladder. The cockpit view for the pilot is very good, giving a clear sight all around you. There are 4 MFDs in front of the pilot, giving excellent information at your fingertips. The ship also has its gold pass, so all the external components are accessible, mostly, including the fuel tank and pilot stowage. There is no cargo on the Firebird, but there is gear stowage of 1300K micro SU for the pilot's weapons and gear, which is pretty decent for a fighter. When I took the recording though, due to patch issues, I couldn't get to the stowage section, but hopefully it works for players now. The Firebird has 2 size 1 Class C stealth shields. That's about average for other medium fighters like the Hornet, but the stealth shields will give less detectable emissions than normal shields, so it takes a little longer before you will get detected compared to other fighters, but at the cost of less shield strength. You may want to upgrade to a Class B or A shield for extra defense. The hull and armor health on the Firebird is pretty strong, a little more than Anvil Hornet surprisingly, but we'll have to see if that changes once armor is properly implemented. The Firebird has a size 1 stealth Class C quantum drive with 2 size 1 hydrogen fuel tanks and a size 1 quantum fuel tank. The stealthy quantum drive means it'll be harder for other ships to detect you coming, but possibly at the cost of lower speed or range. The fuel tanks are a little bit smaller than the base Sabre variant, so you travel a little less distance before running out of fuel, but that's probably due to the space taken up by the internal missiles. The engines have a cool internal design at the back where the exhaust comes out. It looks pretty nice. The Firebird flies at 240 meters a second for SCM speed and 1400 meters a second at nav speed, which is quite a bit faster than the base Sabre variant. The ship also has a slightly higher roll rate than the base variant too. The Firebird is faster in combat and nav speed to other medium fighters like the Anvil Hornet F7C Mark II, but has worse maneuverability. The wings on the Firebird also means it flies a bit better in atmosphere compared to vessels without wings and much more fuel efficient. The Firebird has 2 size 3 gimbaled gun mounts with 2 size 3 Gatling guns installed by default. They have quite a bit of ammunition and will be able to chop through armor pretty well once armor is in-game, but could struggle against shields. Having only 2 size 3 guns is a bit of a limitation for the ship in close quarters combat, and you can't install any more guns. Plus, once the Gatling ammo runs out, you might be in trouble, so if you're planning extensive combat, then get some laser cannons or repeaters. The Firebird makes up for the limited guns by carrying a huge amount of missiles. In a previous 3.23 patch when the Firebird was first released, it carried 12 size 3 electromagnetic missiles. The missiles were increased to 24 missiles now in the latest 3.23 patch to make it more competitive. The missile launchers are custom launchers that you cannot change out. They are located in the belly of the ship with bay doors that open up when you need to fire them. Keep the missile launcher doors closed until the moment you fire if you want to stay stealthy. The missiles face downwards at a 45-degree angle, which can be a problem if you are firing close to the ground. The missiles need a bit of time to pull upwards, so they could hit the ground if you're too low. This is useful for firing at ground targets, but try to stay higher up if you want to hit ships in the air. You can even fire 6 missiles at a time for a large missile barrage, which would take out many medium or smaller ships if they hit at once. The Firebird runs for $170 in War Bond and $185 in store credit and time-limited sales. The Invictus War Bond comes with LTI and an in-game flight jacket, but that's a time-limited sale, so it may not be available later. There is a Concierge War Bond for $170 that comes with Concierge paint plus all the other items. There are some cell packs that have the Sabre, the Comet, and the Firebird together for $460 War Bond or $510 in store credit. The Firebird comes with a white and gray paint, but you can get other paints for it. You can still use any of the existing paints for the other Sabre series, like the Auspicious Red paint from the Red Festival, the Gray Camouflage Polar paint, and the Blue and Gray Stormbringer paint. CIG also released new paints you can use, such as the Gray and Copper Ash Cloud paint, only for Concierge members. And for everyone else, there's the new Olive Green and Gray Windbreak paint, as well as the Tan and Gray Landslide paint. These new paints should also work on other Sabre variants too. The Firebird is purely a stealthy missile boat. The ship is designed to get into dangerous areas undetected, launch its missiles, and then get out. Sure, you can do some dogfighting with it, but it's not extremely tough, and it can't turn as well as some of the other fighters, so it's best to boom and zoom for combat. The ship is best for combat orgs like mercenary groups or pirates, but not as useful for civilian orgs. It could be used as a defensive anti-bomber ship, where the fast speed means it can intercept the bombers quickly and the missiles would be great at hitting those slow-turning ships. Or it could sneak in and bombard fixed ground or space station locations before dropship or bombing operations commence. It could also be used as a wild weasel to take down anti-air vehicles with the stealth and high speed. The Firebird would also be great at breaking up formations of enemy fighters before the regular friendly fighters go in to take them down. Finally, it would work great for pirates or military orgs for hit-and-run attacks by taking down or weakening freighters or other convoy cargo ships. The missiles aren't as strong as torpedoes, but against sub-capital ships, then it should work well to bring down shields or even destroy some smaller ships, especially if you fire 6 at a time. The key thing to keep in mind for the Firebird is you don't want to get detected and you don't want to get hit. Don't get into dogfights and stay away from strong radar. Turn off all electronic items on the ship like guns or missiles until you're just ready to begin combat. Turn on the reduced power mode before combat and you should be okay. Also remember, these are not long-range ships, they don't have large fuel tanks, so if you're traveling long distance, try to get a ride on a carrier or transport. The wings don't fold up and it's sort of a wide fighter, but it should fit in hangars and ships like the Perseus, the Idris, or maybe the Odyssey. The Firebird is a nice looking ship and it's very fast. It's great for players that like to bombard others and surprise them with explosions. It's also a fun ship to fly, so I definitely recommend the ship for the right situation. Alright, so that's it for the review of the Aegis Sabre Firebird. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and you can use my referral code if you decide to jump into Star Citizen and you'll get 5,000 extra in-game credits. Here's a big thank you to my current patrons. Please check out my Patreon membership to help me make more videos. All patrons and members will have their names listed at the end of my videos and get access to my Discord channel. Patrons and members also have first pick in the next item I'll cover, so feel free to sign up and let me know what you'd like to see next. Okay, catch you all next time.